Hi guys, so this is my first presentation of the tableware for the Changing City project that I'm doing. I'm doing a series of presentations because I really like research basically, and this is a really fun way to do the research and be able to look back on it and show it to the world without using lots and lots of words. So brief. Basically, I'm going to be looking at innovating tableware for the 21st century. So what we already have and what trends and cultures I think we are kind of moving towards and we're taking up. Also, I'm going to look at the change within one building over the years. So rather than looking at a full city, I'm just going to focus in on one bit of aspect of a city and look at when it started, what trends within tableware and patterns and things like that were emerging straight away through all of its purposes to now, with the aim to find trends of tableware and kind of make something from that as well. So this first presentation, I'm going to focus on innovating tableware for the 21st century. Trends. I think in the world there's kind of 5 main topics or categories that everyone's kind of picking up on or they're wanting to achieve. So sustainability, accessibility, aesthetics, cost and convenience. Sustainability is obviously making the world kind of be prolonged and all the natural resources that we've got, keeping them alive a bit longer. Accessibility, this is focusing on not just kind of accessibility to people that are in poor countries or poor societies, but accessibility in disabilities as well. So people that struggle with lifting the really heavy kind of metal forks or washing up, things like that. So people with arthritis, people with fibromyalgia or lupus, everything's kind of coming to the forefront with this stuff. The next is aesthetics. So again, this is a really big trend that's kind of been happening for quite a few years. Looking good, feeling good, having pretty things to look at, and not looking like kind of you're eating with a load of rubbish. Cost, everyone wants to save the pennies. Not really many people have disposable income, so people want food that's going to be low in cost, still taste good, and also that you get a good amount for the price that you're paying for it. Convenience, just simple things like being able to screw on a bottle so that you can drink it later on rather than using a can where you kind of have to drink it all there at once. But also, people have really busy lives and they don't take time to eat and spend time enjoying food and enjoying company of other people. They want to eat to survive. They want it to just carry on basically with the rest of life. These are some examples that I've picked out that I kind of to show you basically what I mean. Top left corner is edible cutlery. This is something that was kind of started a few years ago, but it's now actually kind of a reality in some aspects. I've got a video more on this in my next slide to show you what it is and a bit of the background. Next is in the center at the top is like infusion bottles or fusion bottles. So stick some fruit in, put some water in, it flavors your water, but it's a new fad where you kind of get the good stuff, the nutrients from it as well. I think this is the latest kind of health kick that everyone's kind of going for. So it's bottom right is kind of tapas. So I think people are kind of sick of sitting down and eating like one heavy meal or just having one choice. So people are going to go in for these lots of miniature options. So they can just pick at it or they can share the foods with the people. kind of like sushi as well. It's little bites that you can eat rather than sitting and chopping up a steak or whatever. Bottom left, we've got kind of smoothies and juices, protein shakes, things like that. Again, it's all about healthiness. It's about convenience, so you're still kind of getting all the nutrients that you can get from eating like a meal. People are now switching meals for these, so they still get it, but they're not eating as much. Up in the top right corner, we've got kind of Asian inspired cutlery. So people, I think, get really bored in Britain with what we already have. So like they looked at other countries, especially like China and Japan and India, for their food and the cuisine. So now I think we're actually moving towards the cutlery that other countries use. So we're embracing it all. So chopsticks, it's obviously Japan and China. A fork and a spoon, it's like the Philippines, and again, kind of going back to tapas, having a big table of kind of food and just eating it with your hands is very like Indian. Down at the bottom, biggest convenience is having a travel mug. So people now do not want to sit at home in the morning, enjoy their cup of tea, read the paper or whatever. They now want to have it driving to work or have it whilst they're doing something else, so that they still get like the bit of caffeine or the bit of the heat in the winter, but they can still do other things and multitask. The left in the middle is not so much about the food, it's about what it's served on. So it's a chopping board, it's a wire mesh basket, and this is kind of a really big trend in reusing things or upcycling, and people are kind of going away from crockery plates and stuff. Have a bit of research on this. It's actually really interesting looking at it, this entire campaign about bringing plates back, and I think it's not more to do with that picture, it's more to do with these things. This is food that's served on a giant bin lid. If you go into research, you can see stuff that's served on iPads. There's loafers, I'm using air quotes but you can't see that, where it's actually bread served in slippers. So yeah, is it all going a bit too far? I think people get a bit crazy with every single fad anyway, and this is just the latest weird craze. So everything I've just mentioned talks about sustainability, aesthetics, accessibility, cost and convenience. So this is the video that I mentioned in the previous slide. It's about the edible cutlery made by Bakeys. I just wanted to show you this because it speaks about everything that I've just been talking about. And I think everyone can learn quite a lot from it. I really love the project and the product, so I hope you enjoy the video. And just think about sustainability, accessibility, cost, aesthetics, and convenience.
I ordered for idli sambar and the spoon is put in it. So as he was putting the spoon, I grabbed it from his hand, I ran my thumb on it, it was greasy. I took a sniff of it, it was already smelling of sambar. It's being reused. We know plastic has got so many chemical complexes in it, phthalates, chelates, bisphenols. These cause cancer, these leach into food. They don't biodegrade, but still we're using a whole lot of plastic disposable cutlery. Why are we doing this? Answer obviously is there is no alternative. Oh well, we have an alternative now. We come up with an alternative, and that is edible cutlery. Here there is no coating, in fact it is entirely nutritious. You can eat up the spoon. Delicious. It is made of jowar blended with rice and wheat. without preservatives, just like dehydrated vegetables. Our product also has a very long shelf life of more than 3 years. In fact, you can even have your hot soup also. You can stir your sugar and have your tea. You can eat it up. You don't want to eat it, you can just throw it. It decomposes within 4 to 5 days.
विश्वास नहीं हुआ, पहले बार देखे तो लकड़ी समझी मैं, मगर गांव में स्टार्ट होके काम शुरू किया बाद साग में डाल के अपन खाए, बहुत टेस्टी रहता मैडम।
आपने कभी खाने के चम्मच के बारे में सुना है? आपको एक सैम्पल देती हूँ। आप अगर स्पून को काटेंगे तो स्पून का फ्लेवर आएगा आपको। इसमें जीरा, अजवाइन, रॉक सॉल्ट, ब्लैक पेपर मिलाते हैं और इसको बेक करते हैं। तो आप जब स्पून खाते हैं तो सिर्फ स्पून नहीं खा रहे, आप एक ज्वार रोटी खा रहे हैं।
When it comes to financing this, I had to put the only asset that I have, which is the flat where I'm residing, as a collateral security. And then got the loan because there's no such technology. We are the first in the world. So the technology had to be created. I brought in this edible cutlery and trying to promote a market for millets and motivate farmers to move away from rice. Plastic is very cheap, true, but I can make it as cheap. I can, with volumes. And once when I get the volumes, I get onto the farmers directly and start procuring raw materials directly from the farmers, in which case my spoons will be as cheap as the plastic spoons. So now the cutlery is tasty, fun, nutritious and environment friendly. That's edible cutlery.
And this is the end of the presentation. This is just my references, it's the boring bit, but shows where I got all my photos, a bit of my research, and where the YouTube video came from as well. So thanks for listening to the video, and my next one will be based on more on the building that I've been using. So thanks again. And that's about it. So if you have any ideas of anything else that's maybe come to light, you can get in touch with me. I'd love to find out more about what you think it is, and I do like research. I'm a bit of a nerd that way, so let me know. Cheers.